I I hope this finds you well. So our lesson today is about travel partners. Do you like to travel, Mustafa? Not that much. Why not? Okay. What do you mean working with it? Do you need to work a lot? Yeah. All right. You don't like preparing for your travel. Okay. So can you look at the pictures here and tell me what do you think? It's a market, perhaps. She's selling some plants. Okay. What about B? A museum. Okay. What about C? And D? A bicycle taxi. Okay. So we're gonna work on some travel adjectives. Okay. I wanted to like discuss in pairs. Do you ever go abroad? Have you ever traveled abroad? You went to Dubai. Okay. Just Dubai, just the UAE. You lived there for 3 years. Okay, cool. You went to Libya as well. Just those two countries? And Egypt. Okay, what was the best one? Which was the best one? Dubai. Why? To be honest, it's so advanced? Yeah. Right. Technology. Cool, cool. Now I wanted to look at this, like at this table here, and you have adjectives in column B, and of course, other adjectives in column A. I wanted to match the opposite adjectives. For example, hot, the opposite of it, cold. Fast, the opposite of it, slow, and so on. Good. Next. Done? Okay. Okay, good. So fast, the opposite slow, crowded, empty, expensive, cheap, comfortable, uncomfortable, interesting, the opposite of it, boring, quiet, the opposite of it, noisy. Cool. Now let's move on to the other question here. Speaking. Let's do some speaking together, huh? So they're telling you, do the travel quiz below and circle the correct answer. Here, for example, I like traveling by plane, by train, by car. For me, I like traveling by train. Circle the correct answers according to you. Then we will discuss them together. Okay. So, how do you like traveling? Not plan. It's a plane. Plane. Okay. So you like staying in a hotel, a self-catering apartment, or a tent? Hotel. Do you know the meaning of catering? Self-catering, it means you cook on your own. No one cooks for you. Yeah. Exactly. Maybe some people don't like, fast food. They just like to make their own food, which is good for them. So I prefer relax on a beach, doing something sporty, or going sightseeing. Relaxing on the beach. Okay. I like going on holiday in spring, in summer, or in winter. In summer. When I'm on holiday, I like eating fast food. Man, you can eat fast food everywhere, but you can't eat local food or dishes in other countries. Right, but you travel to some other country to try something new. Anyway, it's your choice. In the evening, I like going to a restaurant. Okay. My holiday or my perfect holiday is weekend, a week, or a month. You want to travel for a month? Oh my gosh. Okay. I understand you. Okay, let's move on to the next page. And it's time of listening. Let's listen to two people doing the quiz, and they answered the same questions you did. First, let's listen to them. Then we will answer the questions that they asked from that recording. Let's listen now.
Unit 7, Recording 2.
So, on holiday, how do you like travelling? By plane, train or car?
Well, I don't like airports, so put train. I hate travelling by car.
Oh, me too. I put plane because, well, planes are faster than trains.
Not always. Okay, number 2. It says, I like staying in A, a hotel, B, a self-catering apartment, or C, a tent.
Forget the tent. In an apartment. And you?
In a hotel.
Really? A hotel's more expensive than an apartment.
Yeah, but it's more comfortable. Next question. Do you prefer relaxing on a beach, doing something sporty, or going sightseeing?
What does it mean, something sporty?
Playing tennis, or maybe golf?
No, thank you. Not on holiday. But I hate staying on the beach all day. Boring.
Okay, there's one we answered the same, so we agree about that.
Yeah, sightseeing's definitely more interesting than the beach.
Right. When do you like going on holiday? In spring, summer, or winter?
In spring. I never go on holiday in winter, but I don't really like very hot weather. Tourist places are more crowded in summer.
True, but the weather's better. Summer's hotter than spring. I love hot weather.
Well, we don't agree there. Anyway, next question. What do you like eating? Local dishes, the food you usually eat, or fast food?
Local dishes, I think. You?
Definitely.
Interesting. Next. In the evenings, I like going for a walk, going to a restaurant, or going to a nightclub.
Going to a restaurant.
Oh, good. Me too. I don't like noisy places.
Yes, I agree. Restaurants are quieter, more relaxing. But I like going for a walk too sometimes, so I'm not sure. OK, let's say going to a restaurant.
And the last question, how long is your perfect holiday?
3 months?
You can't have 3 months. The answer is a weekend, a week, or a month.
OK, a month then.
Me too.
Maybe we can travel together.
Okay, so how many of their answers are the same? Do you think they're good travel partners? Maybe. Now we'll listen again and write M for like man M and woman W next to the answers in like in the quiz, you know, remember in the exercise 2A, this one here. Okay, so we're gonna listen again, but this time we're gonna write M or N next to the answer of, you know, like a man or the woman.
Unit 7. Recording 2.
So, on holiday, how do you like travelling? By plane, train or car?
Well, I don't like airports, so put train. I hate travelling by car.
Oh, me too. I put plane because, well, planes are faster than trains.
Not always. OK, number 2. It says, I like staying in A, a hotel, B, a self-catering apartment, or C, a tent.
Forget the tent. In an apartment. And you?
In a hotel.
Really? A hotel's more expensive than an apartment.
Yeah, but it's more comfortable. Next question. Do you prefer relaxing on a beach, doing something sporty, or going sightseeing?
What does it mean, something sporty?
Playing tennis, or maybe golf?
No, thank you. Not on holiday. But I hate staying on the beach all day. Boring.
OK, there's one we answered the same. So we agree about that.
Yeah, sightseeing's definitely more interesting than the beach.
Right. When do you like going on holiday? In spring, summer or winter?
In spring. I never go on holiday in winter, but I don't really like very hot weather. Tourist places are more crowded in summer.
True, but the weather's better. Summer's hotter than spring. I love hot weather.
Well, we don't agree there. Anyway, next question. What do you like eating? Local dishes, the food you usually eat, or fast food?
Local dishes, I think. You?
Definitely.
Interesting. Next. In the evenings, I like going for a walk, going to a restaurant, or going to a nightclub.
Going to a restaurant.
Oh, good. Me too. I don't like noisy places.
Yes, I agree. Restaurants are quieter, more relaxing. But I like going for a walk too sometimes, so I'm not sure. OK, let's say going to a restaurant.
And the last question, how long is your perfect holiday?
3 months?
You can't have 3 months. The answer is a weekend, a week, or a month.
OK, a month then.
Me too.
Maybe we can travel together.
Okay, cool. So, did you get the answers? Oh, you're such a good student. Let's check your answers. And let's see if they're right. So, yes, here are the correct answers. 1A, it was man, B, woman. 2B, man, A, woman. 3, C, both man and woman. The A in number 4 is for a man and B for a woman. Again, 5A, man and woman. 6B, man and the woman. 7 see the man and the woman. Did you get all of them correct? One mistake, no problem. Now, today we're going to learn something called comparatives. Have you ever heard of this grammar rule, comparatives? Yes, you did. I'll show you an example, or I'll show you examples. Right. So you can see here that we said planes are faster. These are the sentences here are quotes from the recording. Planes are faster than trains. That means the planes are faster than the trains. Yes. Summer's hotter. Summer is hotter than spring. A hotel is more expensive than an apartment. Now, why did we use ER, and there we used more? Why? This is a good question. Okay, I'm gonna show you the rule and explain it to you. We have two kinds of adjectives. The short syllable adjectives, like fast, we just add to them ER. And we have long adjectives, like with more than one syllable, we add more before them. These are the two kinds of adjectives. However, we have a third one called irregular adjectives, which means adjectives that, change completely. For example, good, it becomes better. Bad, it becomes worse. Okay, are we good? Now let's do some practice on that rule. Here they're just repeating the rule for you. Here they're telling you we have, oh, okay, they're adding just a little bit. You don't have that page, no problem. They're just telling you here, they're just giving you more details. So one syllable adjectives, we add ER, I told you, quiet, 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 for example, quiet, quieter, cold, colder. Adjectives ending with E, we just add R. You don't need to add ER again because you don't need to repeat the E. Adjectives ending with Y, and the Y is preceded before that Y is a consonant. You delete that Y and you add IER. Noisy, noisier. Adjectives ending with a consonant and before it a vowel, you double the last consonant in the adjective. For example, hot, look, consonant, and before it vowel. You double that consonant, look, you double it, hotter. Now, many adjectives are long. You add before them more. Boring, more boring. Expensive, more expensive. And we have irregular adjectives. For example, good, we make it better. Bad, we make it worse. Far, we make it further or farther. For example, my sister is taller than me. A restaurant is quieter than a, disco. Right. Now let's move on to practice. I want you to write the adjectives in the comparative form. Just you can use a piece of paper. You want paper? Anyway, here. More beautiful. Okay. Good. Let's do it together. So fast, faster, cold, close, closer, big, bigger, beautiful, more beautiful, easy, easier, cheap, cheaper, important, more important, happy, happier, intelligent, more intelligent, late, later. Okay, are we good? Let's have our 10 minutes of break. Okay, welcome back. So now let's go to B. Let's complete the sentences with the comparatives. You can use the adjectives in the, or you need to use the adjectives in the brackets. For example, here, a coffee is, it's a cafe is quieter than a nightclub. I want you to do number 2 to 10. Please take your time, take a minute, try to do them. Then we do them together. Number 2 is in South India than in North India. Okay, let's do it together. Right, so number one, a cafe is, let's go to number two. It's hotter in South India than in North India. Number three, please read it to us. My brother is funnier than you. Four, again, read it, please. Than mine. Okay, next one. Kinder. Next. Okay. When I was young, I was more serious than I'm now. These earphones are better than those ones. The beach is further than the swimming pool. The museums, it means here, is nearer than the art gallery. Did you get all of them correct? Okay, you can check your answers. Right, let's move on. Let's move back to our book, and now it's time for speaking. Now, they're telling us, write notes about a good or a bad holiday you went to. Think about the questions below and use the photos to help. Think about one holiday you went to and think about those questions. Where and when did you go? Who did you go with? And where did you stay? Was it good? What did you do? Did you enjoy it? Where did you eat? And so on. Okay, so yes, you can start speaking. Go ahead, please. I went. Try to use the past, please. Horse riding? Was it a holiday, like to go? Okay. Cool.
Where did you stay? What is good? The hotel? Yes, it's good.
Good, great.
Horse riding? Yes, I enjoyed.
Okay, okay.
Where did you eat? In the restaurant? Yes, I like food. More than you.
All right, thank you. That was good. Thank you for sharing this. Let's now move to 7.2, and we're gonna study something really interesting. It's the longest bike ride. Do you like biking? Like, do you like riding bikes? Cool. Then you would love this. Now, I want you to look at the pictures, and I want you to match pictures A to E with those words in this box. You have a mountain, a hill, a river, a lake, a forest, a village, a market, a famous building, and a desert. You can see the pictures here. I want you to match them with the words in the box, please. Go ahead. to find a problem, you can double check, you can use a dictionary or ask me about the words that you don't know. For example, did you know all the words here in this box? A hill. Well, it's like a small mountain. E, sure. It's not that clear in the printout. I think this is a forest, obviously. Okay, let's do it together. Sure. Right, now. So A is a mountain, and you can find a lake, and you can find a forest as well. All of them you can see in this A. B, it's a market, obviously in an Asian country. And C, it's a famous building. I believe this is Sultan Ahmed. I believe this is, yeah, Sultan Ahmed Shami. Now D, it's a desert with a hill. You can see it here, the hills. And the final one is a forest. Did you check your answers? Good job. Well, good. Now let's go to reading. Let's read something. We have an article to read. Have you ever heard of the Silk Road? Silk Road. طريق الحرير. It's a famous road that in the past they used to move goods. They move, you know, like transport some like silk, some even China in the past was used, like, was famous for not just silk, for many things like food related things, spices, and they used to move it from China all over the way to the West. And this is a historical road that merchants used to use in the past to transport goods and products. Now there are some people interested on taking the same route over those countries on a bike. Let's read. We're going to read the first paragraph. The Silk Road Bike Tour, so it's like a tour, is it the greatest journey in the world? They're asking you a rhetorical question. The company calls it the longest, hardest, highest, hottest, coldest bicycle tour in the world. Wow. In 18 weeks, you travel over 12,000 kilometers through 7 different countries and have the most exciting ride of your life. Are you interested? Too much for you. Sure. Go ahead. Please read to us the first paragraph. Just read to us. You know, we need to hear it. Yeah, 1,000 years ago. Came.
And about very wide The next most alert one of road step, but on a bike you will run 5 kilometers an hour and on the right you see some of the most beautiful place in the world. Of
China.
China. You go as a Iran and as in Istanbul, Turkey.
At the end,
You travel across this area of China and
cycle, highway,
for over 4,600 meters across the road of the world in the moment of
Tajikistan.
On the way, there are villages, mosques, and
Ancient buildings. Thank you. Let me continue reading. At night, you stay in ancient roadside hotels or in camps. A chef cooks dinner for about half of the days of the 133 days. On the other days, cyclists can eat in local restaurants or shops in local markets for their food. One cyclist looked. The best thing was the friendliness of the people, and the worst things, the snow and the cold in the Pamir. So, is it the greatest journey in the world? Cyclist and blogger Miles McDonald think so. The Silk Road is a true expedition. It is long and difficult, but it is such an amazing experience that you arrive in Istanbul a completely changed person. Wow, that's something really interesting. Let's answer some questions related to this tour. Now, what is the Silk Road tour? We just figured out what is it. Now, how many countries does it travel through? 7 countries. Okay, now let's answer those questions with true or false. The Silk Road Tour travels through 7 countries in 8 weeks, correct? True or false? True, let's see. A bicycle is faster than a camel. True or false? You say true or false? True, let's see. The tour starts in Istanbul and ends in Shanghai. False, why? Okay, cyclists can stay in hotels and camps. They take turns cooking dinner every day or every evening. No. One cyclist thought the snow and the hills were the best things. False, let's see. Well, first one false. It's in 18 weeks. Second one true. 3 false. It starts in Shanghai and ends in Istanbul. You're right. 4 true. 5 false because a chef cooks for them half the journey, or like for 133 days. And the last one, F, is false again because the cyclist thought the friendliness of the people was the best thing. Check your answers, please. Sorry? Yeah, you can write the answers. Okay, are we good? Great. Now let's move on. Let's move on to another thing. Right. Now we're going to go to something called superlatives. Have you ever heard of the superlatives? Maybe. Let's see. Right. I'm going to complete the sentences for you and then show you the grammar rule. Then I'm going to give you time to practice. Don't you worry. So, look, let's go. Let's move on to the rule. Then I will ask you to do number 4A. It's very similar to the comparative, but here you're not comparing anything to anything else. You're just saying that this is the best thing, you know, like the toppest thing. So instead of adding er, you only add est with a short adjective, and with the long adjective you add the most before. Of course, the it should be with all of them because you know the best, the greatest, the most exciting. The it's always before them. But if the adjective is long, you add most before it, and if the adjective is short, you add est and connected after it. For example, great, the greatest, exciting, the most exciting. And of course, we have irregular adjectives. For example, good, the best, bad, the worst. Okay. Now I want you to have a look at those sentences, 1, 2, 3, and I want you to complete them. With the superlative adjectives that you can even see in the article. Sorry? You do. Okay. Right. Let's check them together. Number 1, is it the greatest journey in the world? You see some of the most beautiful places in the world. The best thing was the friendliness of the people. So you can see how, you know, like it's showing you it's the best, it's the top, you know, and so on. Any questions here in the superlatives? Est or most? I told you, short adjective. Yes, it's when you want to show that it is, you know, the best thing or the worst thing. You want to show that it is something that is really big, you know. You use the superlative. Right. Let's make some questions about the Silk Road tour. Here you have some questions that they need to be in order, and of course you need to put the superlative adjectives in the correct form. Let's make them in the correct order. Okay, have you finished? Let's do it together. Okay, what is the coldest place you visited? You do too, please. Go ahead, number 2 is yours. What was the friendliest place? That's correct. And 4, what was the furthest distance you traveled in one day? 5, what was the most beautiful building you saw? And 6, what was the most amazing experience of the journey? Now, B, I want you to match answers A to F with the questions 1 to 6. Here you have answers to those questions. I want you to think about the answers. Then we will listen to the conversation, and we're gonna just match the answers. Okay, let's listen to the recording. Let's check the answers first. Here, first one with number 1 with E, 2A, 3F, and 4D, 5B, and 6C. Let's listen.
Unit 7. Recording 5.
So, Jeff, a few questions about the trip. What was the coldest place you visited?
The coldest place was in the mountains in Kyrgyzstan. There was lots of snow too.
Really? And what was the hottest place?
Well, it was Turpan, China. I think it was over 50 degrees centigrade.
Ah, was it? And what was the friendliest place?
That's an impossible question. I can't say. We met so many fantastic people. I think Iran. The people there were so kind. Perhaps that was my biggest surprise.
OK. What was the longest you travelled in one day?
One day we travelled about 150 kilometres in western China. That was a long day.
Very. So what was the most beautiful building you saw?
There were some great ones in all of the countries, but my favourite building was the Bibi Khanum Mosque in Uzbekistan. I think it's the most beautiful building in the world.
Wow. So, what was the most amazing experience of the journey?
Arriving in Istanbul after 12,000 kilometres. Amazing.
Hey, that was interesting, right? Right. So I guess this would be it for this lesson. I guess we will stop here. And it was good to have you all here today, guys.